Hey guys, welcome to my Arcane Mage PvE guide. I want to mention that this guide is just based on my experience and how I am performing in PvE at the moment. I'm just gonna give my tips and advice that I think that can help you guys. And without further ado, let's get into it. So in the last patch note, mages actually got buffed. Now Living Flame gets benefit from Arcane Blast attacks. So each time you cast an Arcane Blast, you will be buffing your Living Flame, which leads us in a different way to do over rotation now in certain bosses. I'm gonna go through all the bosses in this guy, so don't worry. Like once again, this is just my parses. I don't consider myself as a PvEer, but and I don't really try hard in PvE, but it seems like I have been enjoying it lately. I don't have the greatest gear either, so I'm actually excited because I wanna try to do my best in the next raid to see how good I can perform. And once again, I do know for fact that fire does more damage than arcane, but I do enjoy playing arcane more just because the fact that it is less gear dependent than fire, because I feel like for fire you really need to have really good gear, so otherwise you will go or maybe I'm just playing it wrong. But anyways, I like to play arcane and this is why I'm making this guy. Talking about consumables, these are the items that you need to bring to raid. You need to buy a Black Phantom mana oil. Usually I bring 2. I like to use the smoke safish. I like to bring 2 or 3. Mana potions are really important. I bring 5 per raid at least. Also elixir firepower, bring 2. And this one, the Warzone battle drum, it really depends when you want to use it because it's only one time use per week. So whenever you feel like you want to parse, then bring the Warzone battle drum. For scrolls, well, there's some mage scrolls. There's a scroll of arcane powder one that increase your crit with spells by 1%. The scroll of arcane recovery one restores 8 mana per 5 seconds, and the scroll of the arcane accuracy one increases your chance to hit with the spells by 1%. Personally, I don't bring these items. I don't bring these scrolls to raid because, like I said before, I'm not a tryhard. But I might eventually start getting them, and you get them by buying or getting these scrolls, opening them, and they have a chance you will get one of these scrolls. I personally did a little test where I went to buy at the Ash House a couple of them. I bought 20 of them. I only got two of the arcane powder and 1 of the mana region one, so I didn't get the hit scroll, which I think is just RNG because I was googling, I was trying to search for this information and I couldn't tell which one was more accurate to drop. But according to this, to Wowhead, it can drop in any of these scrolls, so I guess it's just RNG. Another scroll that I like to bring is the Scroll of the Spirit, and increases your spirit by 7. And I think you can also bring the arcane intellect one because it's +1 intellect from your arcane intellect as a mage. But I mean, it really depends if you really want to bring +1 intellect, you know. Also, another buffs that you gotta get is the war buffs. Obviously, you want to get the boon of the Black Phantom. Now that they buffed the DMF buff that is now weekly, you can get the +10% each raid and just boon it. Sometimes like seasonal, like right now we got the mistletoe, I don't know how to pronounce this, that gives you like +15 spirit that someone else needs to give you, so you can also get this one. For my talents, I like to run 2 points in arcane subtlety, 3 points in arcane focus, 2 points in 1 specialization, 5 points in arcane consecration, 2 points in improve arcane explosion, and 2 points in elemental precision. For my runes, I like to run burnout on the chest, living flame on the legs, and arcane blast on the gloves. Okay, overall for the parses in BFD, for the first boss, what I like to do on Baron, always try to precast on the time puller that your raid is doing, so you get a cast right on when the tank is about to pull the boss. It's really important to have a coordinated raid if you want to parse. Usually like bosses are dying super fast because if you have a good group, they die really fast, so you have to just play around how fast the fight is. For the first boss, what I like to do, I start with the arcane blast and I casted 2 here, and then I sent the living flame. The reason I sent the living flame at that moment is because I knew the boss is gonna die fast, so I'm just trying to maximize my damage. Probably could go with 4 stacks. The issue about this fight is like as a caster, I'm not sure if you can position yourself in a better way in a certain place that you will never have to move. That would be ideally. But since like I would just like stay in a random spot, I gotta say like maybe I just send the Living Flame here because that way I can maximize the DPS. But I feel like the best rotation should be like 4 Arcane Blast and then send the Living Flame, then Arcane Blast and then Arcane Missiles all the time. For the total boss, you gotta make sure you precast as well and then send Arcane Blast. This boss can be really annoying because if your tank is moving the boss from the bubbles, then your Living Flame is not gonna be getting that much value. So you have to make sure you tell your raid group that don't move the boss. It really depends like, of your raid, but I didn't tell mine. But yeah, you cast like 4 Arcane Blast and then you cast Living Flame and then you just do the same. You feel like you don't have enough mana, and then you just send 2 Arcane Blasts and missiles. But yeah, pretty much always wanna just position yourself avoiding the bubbles and send Arcane Blast, and whenever you feel like you're about to you use your mana pot. And always you have Evo as well as a last resort, but with pretty decent gear you don't even have to Evo these bosses, so don't worry about it. You should be fine. Make sure you have an add-on called there's an add-on called spell activation overlay. With this add-on you can actually see this type of procs that I have on my screen, because if you these procs are really important to see. But yeah, you can see the procs with that add-on, so it's really important to see, so you can see how many stacks you have. For Lady, it's pretty much the same. You want to select the Arcane Blast 4 times, and as soon as you have 4 Arcane Blasts you send the Living Flame, and then you just do the same depending on your procs and how's your mana doing. You either want to send 4 procs or you only 2 and then send Arcane Missiles and then Fire Blast or Arcane Explosion, right? But like I mentioned before, this is what I'm doing. Has been working for me. Let me know if you guys do it differently, and if you guys have a better idea how to power sing each boss. I will appreciate it, because like I mentioned before, I'm not a PvEer. I'm learning and I'm having fun with it. Okay, for Gelihas, this boss can be really tricky because it has 3 phases. What I like to do is since I know for a fact like I won't get all the value of my Living Flame, because we're gonna kill him, we're gonna get him to the second phase before I get all my value of it. I just like to pump and send like a couple stacks of my Arcane Blast and then send the Living Flame to get the maximum value of my Living Flame. What I like to do as well is just get on top of the boss so I don't have to move around. I think this is like pretty common to do. Usually you should have a guard to see the timer of the boss, so you can know when can you actually hit him again. But I don't have it since I'm not that tryhard, so I just like try to ask from my teammates or just try to like speculate when I'm about to be able to hit him again. As soon as I'm about to be able to hit him again, I just do the same 4 Arcane Blast into Arcane Missiles. Nothing crazy. And as soon as like I know for a fact my Living Flame is coming back soon, but I'm not gonna use in this phase because it will be dumb to use in this phase, because he would just like get into the 3rd phase and I will be doing negative damage into it, right? So I hold my Living Flame, I wait for the boss to transition, and I move from the AoE. Then again, I'm just like trying to guess when I'm able to hit him again. I'm kind of like just stacking the procs here so I can just Living Flame 4 stacks. I think that's pretty much what I did in this boss. And then I have 4 stacks and then I Living Flame, so I get the maximum volume. As soon as he is able to get hit again, then I just Arcane Blast into missiles once more time. You see my mana is not that bad. I'm kind of woman here. I do have Evo. I did use a mana pot, but I'm not using it because I'm trying to save it for future bosses, since like the race is super short. Like I feel like sometimes saving Evo for the bosses that you actually need is better. Okay, for this boss that is like a Gulat, you pretty much always want to target the caster, kill the caster first. With the Living Flame here, I think it's just better to send it as soon as possible, since it's like a lot of phases that you gotta go through. You send the Living Flame as soon as possible, and just make sure you target the caster as soon as she's up, and then you just Arcane Blast into missiles a couple times. This fight was a little bit annoying because I had aggro of that mob, and then he was hitting me, pushing me back the cast. That's why I rooted him and then tried to guide. But yeah, just send the Arcane Blast and missiles depending of your mana. You always have to be watching your mana, how good your mana is, and to decide if you want to send like 4 Arcane Blasts or just 2 or 3. My opinion, if you're something above 50% mana, just send 4 stacks. Or if you know for a fact you have a mana pot, then just keep sending 4 stacks into missiles, because that's the best way you can do the most damage. Make sure you hit the totem that you have to kill. It's the lighting one. Just make sure you target it. Just keep doing this till the boss dies. Okay, for this boss, the Twilight Lord, what I like to do is stack 4 Arcane Blast and then send the Living Flame. I'm not sure if linking in and putting your Living Flame closer to the boss does actually actually does something to increase your DPS. I will assume it does because it will start hitting faster, but I'm not sure about it. But yeah, here you just like keep sending your Arcane Blast 4 stacks and the Arcane Missiles. Do you reach like a low mana and then just do less stacks of Arcane Blast and just send the missiles instead. And also make sure to counterspell the Mind Blast or the other cards that you have to CS. Usually you don't have to, but if you can help your raid to do it, we'll appreciate it. Okay, for the last boss, usually I wasn't able to parse on this boss because on my current raid we were in summoning the ads, but I told them if we could try to summon the ads to me to try to parse in this boss. So pretty much what I did is I stuck 4 Arcane Blast into Living Flame, and then I just wasn't sure when the mobs were supposed to be out, so I wasn't like saving my mana or wasn't ready to kill the ads because I had never killed this boss by doing the ads. But I realized that that's how you parse in this boss as a mage, because you have to AoE down the mobs. So I was just doing my normal rotation of Arcane Blast, and depending on my mana, just play with my mana, send Arcane Blast into Arcane Missiles. And then when the mobs came out, I literally had no clue when they were coming out. So I wasn't ready with my mana management. So you guys can see here, the mobs came out. I was like, oh my god, I don't have enough mana. So, and also they were like splitting out, so I wasn't able to parse them properly. So I ended like casting a late able and try to like just stack them to eat them down, AoE them down, which wasn't the greatest because like, yeah, like at this point I'm being no efficient at all with my rotation or killing the mobs. So I think like as soon as you know the timer, you know when the ads are coming and you just prepare your mana for it and you're just like ready to AoE them down, you're gonna be able to parse so hard this boss with the AoE. And then as soon as the mobs are down, you just want to keep doing your normal rotation to the boss, which is just Arcane Blast into missiles or Living Flame if you have it on CD with some procs of Arcane Blast, and you're ready to go. Just keep doing this till the boss dies. I think you can just ignore the Void Elemental. You don't have to do something crazy with it. I think Stan can get it. We weren't playing our original comp with the people that I was raiding before because we didn't have everyone be able to raid this week. So my raid was a little bit scuffed this run that I'm showing you guys. But I'm definitely gonna try to parse my next lockout. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna use all the recommendations and things that I give you guys, what I think is the best. And let me know what you guys think about this video. If this video was helpful for you guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future content like this. Leave it a like and comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about Arcane Mage in PvE? I know for a fact a lot of you guys like fire to parse, because I do agree it does more damage, but I'm just enjoying Arcane. I'm just enjoying the games overall. I hope this guy was helpful for some of you guys, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.